Welcome back once again to the CX Basecamp bunker. Good to have you. Time to gear up again for our next climb. Let's talk Observe AI. Observe AI. This is a natural language artificial intelligence company, and it focuses on performance and improving agent performance and providing key business insights to CX leaders at the same exact time. They're becoming a no-brainer alternative to traditional quality assurance teams. QA teams routinely sample roughly 2% of calls that come into a contact center. They review those calls, they listen to them, they score those calls and take down notes and perhaps send feedback to agents and supervisors on how they can improve those calls. Well, Observe radically changes this by ingesting not 2%, not even 20 or 50%, but 100% of your customer interactions. And then it takes all that data and provides business insights that are far more relevant, far more complete, and most importantly, actionable. Let's give you two use cases where Observe is really making a big difference. Alerting changes to customer sentiment. Suppose for a moment that you recently released a new product that was a big part of your forecasted sales going forward, right? Well, perhaps it was a cool new jacket, and you suddenly started to get an increase of calls from customers that were complaining that the left-hand side of the seam of the jacket was becoming separated only after a few times of wearing the jacket. Wouldn't you want to know that right away? Right away. Imagine if you had that information right at your fingertips. Observe is able to identify this complaint automatically, and then will actually notify business leaders that there's an issue that needs addressing immediately. With that information, businesses can get in front of this issue, perhaps even proactively reaching out to any customer that's bought this jacket in recent weeks. Without Observe, you might not find out about this issue until way down the road, when perhaps you're already missing your sales forecast. Observe solves that problem. Let me give you a second use case. Agent coaching. I referenced this a little bit ago. Suppose for a moment that Sally was not being very empathetic with customers that called in upset. And that happens all the time, right? Well, how would you normally find that? How would you know that Sally was not being very empathetic? Well, if you were lucky enough, you were monitoring one of her calls and you heard it firsthand, or she happens to be part of the 2% sampling that you were doing of all the calls that were happening in your business. Well, maybe then you could address the problem. But maybe there's a better way. Imagine a world where 100% of conversations are captured, and then artificial intelligence is able to automatically identify that Sally is not very good at being empathetic with upset customers. But take it a step further. Imagine not only Sally's supervisor being alerted that there's a coaching opportunity there, but perhaps the system even automatically enrolls Sally in a 30-minute online training class that teaches you how to be more empathetic with customers. Guys, that's the power of Observe AI. Unprecedented and comprehensive access to customer sentiment and trends, backed by actionable insights to CX leadership. Observe is driving massive improvements in customer experience for our customers all over the place, of all shapes and sizes, typically with a return on investment that's measured in months. You need to check them out. Click below to learn more.